So one of the questions we're asked by people who are hurt in workplace accidents is who can be held liable for what happened? In the state of Texas, something that many people don't know is that employers are not required to carry workers' compensation insurance. So if you or a loved one has been hurt on the job, one of the most important things to determine is whether or not the employer has workers' compensation insurance. So reporting a workplace injury to the employer is of the utmost importance. And the reason for that is that it allows the employer to begin documenting the incident, collecting evidence, and also making sure that the fact that an injury happened was documented. And all that is so important because that is what supports a claim later on. Now, there are many times that employers in the state of Texas decide not to carry workers' compensation insurance. So the question is, what do I do if that's the case? So in the state of Texas, when an employer does not carry workers' compensation insurance, that is known as what's called a non-subscriber. And under Texas law, there are non-subscriber claims that can be made. And what that means is that the injured worker is allowed to make a claim for negligence against the employer. So if an injured worker pursues a non-subscriber claim, a negligence claim against the employer, the damages that can be asked for include medical care expenses, loss of wages, pain and suffering, a physical impairment, mental anguish, disfigurement, and all these damages can be asked for in the past as well as in the future. Now, if the employer did not carry workers' compensation insurance, the claim that can be made is known as a non-subscriber claim, and that's also made against the employer. So that leads to the questions, what is a third-party claim? So a third-party workplace claim in the state of Texas is one where an injured worker makes a claim against a person or a company that is not the employer. So who is a third party in a workplace injury claim? Well, some of the potential third parties can be, say, a general contractor on a job. It could be one of the other subcontractors on the job. It could be a product manufacturer. It could be a product distributor. It may be, for instance, a delivery driver, say a truck driver that makes a delivery to a work site. So a third party claim is a claim that is made against a person or entity other than the employer. Recently, we represented a young man who was injured on a construction work site. So he worked for a certain company, and his company required him to be out on this construction work site, attending the entrance and exit gate. And at one point while he's standing there, another vehicle, a delivery truck that's loaded up with a bunch of pipe on the back, pulls up to the entrance. And my client checks the paperwork and says, come on in. And the truck begins driving in, comes to a stop. The driver gets out. And at one point, our client walks around to the other side of the bed of the truck, and the pipe on the back of the truck just collapses. The straps on it fail, and the pipe comes rolling off and rolls onto this young man and pins him to the ground, knocks him unconscious, and needless to say, hurts him very badly. So the basis of the claim against the truck driver is that he failed to make sure that the load was properly and safely secured before he moved his truck. And the claim against the employer was that as well, in addition to failing to properly train this truck driver in how to properly secure a load, and the fact that the load must be secured before a truck is moved. So that's an example of a third-party case that was against the product manufacturer. And those are very technical, detailed, specialized cases. So third-party claims in workplace accident cases can be very complex. And that is the big reason as to why it's so important to have an attorney that focuses his or her practice on workplace accidents. So if you've been involved in a workplace accident, contact us at the Callahan Law Firm. Our phone number is 713-224-9000, or you can submit an inquiry form through our website, which is thecallahanlawfirm.com. And we'll do everything we can to find out what happened, why it happened, to answer your questions, and to get the justice that you deserve.